Do you really need an infant car seat? That is one of the most common questions we get from expecting parents. So I'm here today to talk to you about, do you need an infant car seat or is a convertible car seat a-okay? The pros and cons of each approach and the benefits of getting an infant car seat. So short answer is you absolutely do not need an infant car seat, but there are some definite advantages to having one. My name is Alyssa Montbryant. I'm a Certified Passenger Safety Technician, or CPST for short, here at Pacifier North Loop, and I'm excited to share some knowledge with you today about bringing your little one home for the first time. First, let's make sure that we have our definitions correct. So when people say infant seat, what they're usually talking about is a seat that looks like this. And what you can see is there is two parts to this. There is the base that stays in the vehicle, and then there is the bucket seat, is what some folks call this. So this is the piece that you can take in and out of the vehicle. You can get your little one strapped up prior to walking outside and putting them into your vehicle, which is a little bit convenient sometimes. This is what an infant seat looks like. A convertible car seat looks like one of these. And the base in a convertible car seat is attached, for the most part, to the seat. And some of them rotate, some of them just face one direction and you install it rear facing and then forward facing. But it lives in your vehicle and it does not attach to strollers. So the requirement for infants is that you are rear facing. So you can be rear facing and you're always rear facing in this infant seat. As you can see, in these convertibles, you can be rear or forward facing. Taking your little one home, the requirement is that they are rear facing. And as we saw, we can do that both in the infant seat as well as the convertible seat. So no, you do not need an infant seat, but yes, you do need a rear-facing seat. So what are the advantages of an infant seat? First and foremost, caregivers really like it because it can be removed from the base. When you're inside your house, you can get your little one harnessed all nice and snug. This is particularly important in Minnesota winter. So if you live here where we are, you don't necessarily want to be spending additional time when it's super duper cold out, getting your little one all situated before going to your vehicle. Or if you live in really hot climates, that could be important as well. So first and foremost, caregivers do like the ease of being able to remove the seat and take it with them. If there are multiple vehicles being used, it can also be helpful because it is easier to kind of move this. It's a little bit lighter than a convertible and reinstall it, or some families do like to get multiple bases. So that is the first consideration. The second consideration is if you have a stroller and you want to be able to kind of straight take your little one out of the vehicle and into the stroller and be able to continue on your way. A lot of families really like the convenience of having a travel system where it really makes the pieces easy to use together and just makes for a little bit kind of easier of a situation. And finally, the weight of the infant car seat is a lot lighter, I would say, than a convertible. So if, again, you have to move those around frequently, you have multiple caregivers that are using the same equipment, it is definitely a little bit less of a workout to use an infant car seat. So what are the cons to using an infant car seat? First and foremost is the weight. So right here, I do have a sample weighted baby. We will call him Michael for the day. He is 7 to 8 pounds. This infant car seat is roughly 7 pounds. So to start out with, when you have a newborn, you know, it feels okay, but this seat can accommodate a kiddo up to 30 pounds. So once your little kiddo gets kind of up towards the higher end of the weight limit, it is going to be quite a bit heavier to carry. So that's the first consideration. The second consideration is just having the knowledge that basically you can use this seat for 30 pounds or 30 inches, or once your kiddo's head is 1 inch from the top of the shelf. That typically happens, folks ask quite frequently, between a year and 2 years. So you're going to use this seat for 1 or 2 years, and then you are going to have to buy another rear-facing car seat, so likely a convertible car seat. Always want folks to be aware, if you go into it, you'll start with this, but within a year or two, you will need to buy an additional style of car seat. So just something to be aware of. So value-wise, might be a better value just to kind of buy a one and done if you don't need that convenience of carrying your little one around. And then third is basically, because it's so convenient to take your little one in and out, some folks will leave their little one in their infant seat when they're sleeping. And this is not meant to be a sleep-safe solution. It's meant to be used for kind of shorter periods of time. So it is not entirely lay flat. So you do want to have a different type of sleep solution, be it a bassinet or a crib, for when your little one is sleeping, and make sure you're not leaving them in their infant seat for too long. So those are some of the things to consider about an infant car seat. So why might you want to consider starting out with a convertible car seat? The first and foremost consideration is value. With this seat, and the one I have here for you is the Nuna Rava, this seat can accommodate a kiddo from 5 all the way up to 65 pounds. So you just need to buy this car seat versus buying an infant seat and then also buying a convertible car seat. So that's the first consideration. The other consideration is sometimes this seat is not going to necessarily fit all little ones when they're itty bitty or all vehicles. So you do always want to check your owner's manual for your vehicle as well as your car seat to make sure that you are getting the appropriate fit. This particular car seat has additional inserts to use if your kiddo is itty bitty all the way down to 5 pounds. If you have a baby that is below that, you would need to talk to an expert to get some options that will really fit a little one of that preemie size. With this car seat, you also want to check in with all car seats when you're using a convertible with a newborn that the shoulder straps are at or slightly below their shoulders while you're rear facing. So you do want to make sure that the convertible will fit your baby as well as fit your vehicle correctly and that you're able to use it correctly each and every time. So those are some of the reasons that you might want to start with a convertible, and an important thing to check in terms of can you get the right fit. So the question is, will my hospital allow me to leave if I don't have an infant seat? And the answer is obviously check with your hospital or wherever you're having your little one. But from a CPST perspective, either option is just fine. What we're most concerned about is that your seat fits your little one so that they're harnessed and in the correct position when they're going home, as well as is the seat able to be installed correctly in your vehicle, and are you able to use it confidently each and every time? So either option is okay, but double check with your hospital. When should you opt for an infant car seat? The main considerations, I would say, is if you value the convenience of being able to take your little one in and out of the vehicle with ease, you prefer to buckle them and get them nice and snug indoors before heading out to your vehicle, you have a stroller system that you do want to use your car seat with, and if perhaps you have a littler one or are concerned about the fit of the harness with a little itty bitty baby, it might be a better idea to choose an infant car seat. So when might the convertible be a better choice? So first and foremost, if you prefer to buy fewer car seats over the life of the time that your kiddo needs car seats, that is a great option. Also, if you do not need the convenience of carrying your little one in and out of the vehicle, so perhaps you like to use a carrier instead or have a stroller with a bassinet, both of those are amazing options. Another small trick that I do recommend to some parents, since you're going to need to buy a convertible car seat anyway, is if you are buying an infant car seat, perhaps maybe don't buy an additional base, buy the convertible right away as well to use in one of the vehicles, and then only buy one infant carrier and one base to get a little bit more value out of the situation. So regardless of the car seat you pick, be it a rear-facing, more convertible style car seat or an infant kind of bucket carrier seat, there are some safety tips to keep in mind. The first is that you are choosing the right seat that fits your little one's age, height, and weight. So make sure that whatever you choose, it fits within that. The second thing to think about is reading both manuals, both the car seat manual as well as the car manual, and ensuring that your car seat that you chose can be correctly installed into your vehicle at the right recline angle for your little one. The next safety tip is to check that the little one can be harnessed correctly and safely in your rear-facing seat. So again, looking for the straps need to go in at or slightly below the shoulders. The clip needs to be at armpit level, and everything needs to pass the pinch test. So you should not be able to grab webbing between your fingers. And then the final tip is, regardless of the price of the car seat, they are all past the same safety tests. So more expensive does not mean safer. The best seat for you is the one that fits your little one, can be installed correctly in your vehicle, and can be used confidently by you each and every time. So, is an infant seat required? What we learned is absolutely not. However, what is required is a rear-facing car seat, be it an infant car seat or a convertible style car seat that fits in your vehicle and fits your little one correctly. So, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe, comment below. If you have requests for other types of videos, definitely do let us know. If you ever have any questions about your car seat, we'd love to see you in person. If you have any concerns, it's always best to get it checked out by a CPST to ensure that you're confident using your seat and your little one is riding safely and in style. Thanks for watching.